stream cut out of me. My internet service provider is absolutely the worst, so I'm going to have to start over here. Apparently I can't watch this stream in the chat and stream at the same time with Cox Communication. Just call out to Cox for being just terrible. So what we missed is we cleared out our stage. We brought it down to a mobile resolution. We want to start making a UI for this game. We decided on a color that was kind of a light stone gray that we were using here for the UI buttons, so they do kind of go with the game. I did mention previously when I made this, where the characters didn't quite have the exact lineup on these, it wasn't a big deal because the characters are smaller, they're going to be moving around. The UI elements are bigger, they're not going to be moving, so even though we're doing vector art, pixel art in a vector program, you want to take the time to make sure that those line up and they are squares, and it does look like the pixels are on some sort of grid, because it will be more noticeable. Right now we're making a play button, so let's do that. A little tip, what I like to do when designing a UI for mobile is I want it to reach the biggest audience it can, and that means where I may understand English, not everyone else does. So when we're talking about making a UI that everyone can understand, we're talking about eliminating the need for reading. And it's not because I think reading is something people don't like to do, it's because not everyone reads in English. So this is something we did with the Bouncy Bit UI, and it really turned out nice. And what this does is it makes it so that this grid's turning out really nice. So that if your game does get downloaded in another country, no one has to bother you for a translation, because it already makes sense. Because everyone's familiar with the play symbol. Everyone is pretty much familiar at this point with retry and a leaderboard. It's kind of nice not having to pioneer this kind of stuff, because pretty much everyone out there has already seen it. So you don't have to spend time introducing it. Okay, play. This is not going to be quite centered, but I think it's going to work. I want to save this. Play. I don't know that I like the... That's alright. Let's play with this a little more. No, I'm not really like a master of color theory or know exactly what I'm doing. When I'm giving you this advice, it's kind of just my own personal preference. It's what I found to work. And when I'm picking colors, I'm really just testing things out. The way I found is really helpful for working is don't spend too much of your time in the planning stage. I've been on projects that spend a lot of time in the planning stage and nothing ever gets done. So when you're working on stuff, really just have an idea of where the end product's going to be, know what needs to be done to get there, and just start working on it. Don't stop. if you get to a point where you're not happy with what it looks like, guess what? You can just start over. You can delete something. You can revisit it. Nothing is set in stone. And that's the great thing about designing. Okay. I'm going to move this because it's bugging me. This whole thing is not centered. That's a little better. There we go. Okay. So we got the play button. We're going to need a replay button. We need sound on and off. We need, what else do we need? Leaderboards. I'm not going to do an IAP for removing ads. Instead, I want to make a reward video because they work. I like reward videos. They are a great way to engage players. People are wanting to see this ad, so you're not a bad guy. You're not charging them money, and you're getting paid out for your hard work at the same time. Okay, so we got this here, and now we want to let's get my grid, copy, paste. Oh, come on. Okay. I'm really doing pixel art in a vector program. Okay, let's try this again. No, not quite. It's not quite there. And right now I'm making a video. A film strip, something to indicate that the video is going to play. Again, if anyone's watching the stream, I can't tell because my internet provider does not allow me to view my stream channel and also make content for it. They're a really quality group. Shoot. There we go. Let's lock that. Cox Cable. Just so you know, this isn't quite 4 on 4. There we go. Okay. Does that look like a film strip? Ooh, it's close. Famous last words. It's not dissimilar. It's my alarm going off telling me I need to wrap it up soon because I got to get ready for my jab. I do want to make one more row here. Actually, I'd rather have this end like that. I don't know why I did it the other way. Huh. I don't like that. What don't I like about this? Is it the gem? And again, it's okay to not like your work. I don't like it. Let's delete it. Let's get rid of it. Let's just toss it out. Let's make a leaderboard. Button leaderboard. These aren't going to be as big. They don't need to be as big. Excuse me. Let's make them half as big. That's good. That's a little bit smaller. I'll make them a little bit smaller this way too. Okay, so we got that. Let's get this color. Make an easy leaderboard. The leaderboard is tall one in the middle. A kind of tall one on the left. A not so tall one on the right. Boop. Boom. Leaderboards. I mean, it still looks a little big. I don't know if I like it, but we'll see how it looks with everything else in there. What do we want on the front page? We got our leaderboards. Button, leaderboard. Sound. No, we don't have to put that here. Shop for unlocking new adventurers. I think that might be necessary. We can also have the reward videos in the shop. Just keep that in mind. Shop doesn't just have to be for shopping. Okay, so that's a little high. Okay, we're making a speaker. I got that. We need some sound. Some indication of sound. We're using a font here. I mean, that's not like a perfect scale, but it's going to get the job done. Let's make another one. Make it a little bigger. Yeah. Audio. Not sure how I feel about this UI. But it's not bad. Let's get rid of this. Let's make this a little bigger. Let's center it a little more. That might be a little better. That's better. Okay, audio, leaderboards. I definitely need a gem count. And then I'm going to have to call it a day. So let's duplicate this. You know what? You know what's missing? what's missing on this gem that I'm not liking. I just realized. Let's keep this. We get the color is, for one, the gem is too big. Okay. And two, the gem doesn't look like it's part of this. So we're going to put a couple bevels on. One is going to be zero blur. Use this to shadow 180. Up to 0. We'll keep it on 4. Keep it outer. High. And this one we're going to do 0. High. Change the color. What we're trying to do is make it look like it's set into the stone. So 0. This is going to be 180. No, is that 180? Hold on a second. There. That's not bad. 90. Both these are set to outer. Let's set it back to 4. Shoot. I used the wrong one. We don't want it moving. We don't want it animated. You know, it's not a bad thing, but it's more assets and it's gonna cost on the performance. And we can avoid that altogether by just making it sit still. Alright. And then let's test it. Someone might get into the hundreds in font. Someone might get into the thousands in font. We can change that. I do this just so I can kind of get a good idea of how many freaking numbers we've got to put in here and what font we want to use. We can use that one. That one works. So we're having a bit of an issue with our space, available space. So, well, something we can do here is we can adjust what this is going to look like. This is your game. You can make it look how you want it to look. And then after I make this, I've got to sign off. Okay. That looks fairly even. Nice. Check it. Okay, that looks good. Let's make this a little smaller. I don't want the fonts to ever hit that. Okay, so they won't ever touch. We got a nice gem counter. I feel like it could be higher, so let's do that. Let's move that up a little higher. Let's take that up a little higher. This can be a little bigger. It still fits 4 perfectly, and 3 looks good. Should we shrink this? We can try. We can make this a little bigger. 8. And right now we've got a little problem. This bevel is kind of showing its gaps. So we can just put a little glow in. And we can blur it up a little bit. And the gaps are a little less visible. And that's just a lazy way because I don't want to spend time drawing an outline around that. And I know I shouldn't be so lazy. And I might go back and not be lazy, but right now I'm being lazy. Okay. There we go. Oh, nice. Perfect. Okay. Check it out. Almost ready. There we go. I think we got a nice start here. That can be the starting scene. I love it. And then what we're going to do, I think, for the shop scene, this is going to be cool. Okay, hold on. I'm getting excited because it's starting to come together. Okay, so for the shopping scene, we're going to duplicate the start scene in the shop. We're going to change the buttons out, keep the gem count up there. We're going to add in a character select so you can swipe across and change the character standing on the platform. And we're going to add a reward video button so you can get some more gems really quick just to unlock that next character. That's going to be cool. Alright, we'll do that next time. I got to go for today. Things are shaping up. We got a nice minimal game, pixel art. It's clean. It's consistent. It's everything it needs to be to make a nice, fun, single-tap mobile game. We're getting there. Alright. If you have any questions, let me know. Twitter, Deadly Serious M. We're on Facebook. If you're on any of the forums we hang out at, you can PM us there. Follow us on Twitch. Let someone know if you got someone who needs to learn some stuff about design or some design theory. Because I got a few theories. So thanks for watching.